Today on Drawbli,
Ben is drawing a portrait.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we are self-taught artists documenting our drawing adventures because art is even better when shared with friends.
So click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And don't forget to check out our guidebook on daily drawing linked below. Abby, I'm drawing yet another portrait.
I love, these portraits because they are adding up one by one by one by one by one, and they get better and better and better and better.
Not always better, but they are adding up.
But I bet if you played them all back, like in a slideshow, you would notice better, 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 better. So I love to see this step of the journey. It's just like one footstep, but when you zoom out, it's a whole path. And it's really cool to see that.
This is true. This is true. There are some pitfalls along the way, though.
There are moments where it feels like you've taken the same step over and over and over and over, but if you zoom out, I'm saying the path keeps going forward.
There was a comment recently on one of our videos that essentially said something along the lines of just remembering, they themselves were learning that the pitfalls and mistakes that they make on their own art journey is so much a part of their unique experience. You spend so much time trying to plan the perfect practice routine and all this stuff, when in reality you just need to get in and create. And you are going to make mistakes, and you can try to plan around those mistakes, but in some ways by planning around those mistakes you're just going to waste more time doing that than making mistakes that are actually helpful and learning from them.
Yeah, some days when I get started on drawing, it feels like I don't know what I'm going to draw or work on. But once I get in there and start, I realize just starting is its own valuable piece. I think especially in those moments where you're not sure what to do to improve. Just draw, fill some of the time. The improving will come.
Inspiration must find you working,
yes.
As the late, great Chuck Close used to say.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes.
Have you watched any tutorials recently that you've liked?
Well, I actually did finish the course that I had been going through, and I'm going to forget his name. I'll put it up on screen later. But I did finish that course. I went through all of it. I did find it to be pretty beginner, more than I wanted, but it was a good refresher, and it was nice to have some assignments to go through.
I love assignments. Yeah, that's awesome.
It didn't have as many assignments as I would have liked, but I'll take what I can get.
Right.
I think one of the most important things in a big course is to get the person who you're trying to teach to actually get in and get their hands dirty, because so much of tutorials and courses that I see is just an info dump, or the worst case scenario, just copy what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing this, and now I'm doing that. And
with
they don't
no
even
reason why.
Yeah, they give no reason because they actually can't explain why they're doing it, which is the most frustrating case.
Yes.
But that is not what this course was. He actually did a fantastic job of breaking down a lot of fundamental concepts. But the course was, I don't want to say aimless. It was just, very basic. So
I think a good refresher on fundamentals.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I think there's a place for that course, for many people. I would probably honestly benefit very much from that course if I would sit down and do it.
Yeah. Well, we have our eyes on more courses in the future. At least I do. And Esben Lash, drawing from imagination, is something I want to practice more of. And I do know that this course, or at least I've heard that this course does have some good assignments in it. So that is something that I would be looking for. I find good assignments to be very valuable for me.
Yes, good assignments are hard to come by. There were a lot of those in Ahmed Al-Duri's course. I still remember coloring the eggs.
Yeah,
lighting the
honestly,
eggs.
One of the best 2D art courses I have gone through in terms of assignment.
Yes, definitely. Ben, this is day 3 for me of no caffeine. How am I doing?
You're you're doing?
I'm doing great. I feel like it's going okay.
You say that now, but like as soon as we stop recording, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm dead.
I debated making a cup of coffee just for this, but I was like,
Abby.
no. And this isn't a permanent thing for me. I mean, I have danced with little
let's
breaks from caffeine
Take
before.
a step back. Why are you quitting caffeine?
Maybe I was drinking my second cup of the day, and maybe I felt a few little palpitations in my heart.
Meaning that you felt like your heart was vibrating out of your chest?
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I should take a step back for a little bit. So I am. And
How long have you been drinking coffee?
since I was a teenager,
A teenager, really?
like a late teenager, yeah.
I guess that's just like a family thing.
Yeah, my mom always drank it in the morning.
Mm. I think my mom drank coffee, but like I don't remember ever being offered coffee or ever wanting coffee. I don't know if teens should be drinking coffee.
Teens should be drinking energy drinks like normal teens.
I don't think teens should be consuming caffeine.
Well, if teens are kept to the rigorous school schedules of our
so
modern
true.
education system, which I was never subjected
So
to as a
true.
homeschooled person, but nonetheless.
You know what? Teens need more caffeine. I flipped on it. More teen caffeine.
More teen caffeine.
Hello, welcome to my TED Talk. It's called More Teen Caffeine, and I've invented this new beverage called More Teen Caffeine.
Yes.
And that is now the name of this episode, More Teen Caffeine.
Giving up caffeine in some ways is reminding me of some habit building practices, just kind of
Ooh.
reversing the script.
Okay.
Where instead of like maybe I don't feel like drawing, let's say, but I go draw.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of the opposite where a cup of coffee would be good right now, but I don't go get one.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Are there any like habit building systems you have in place to help with that? Like,
well, there's novelty, which is powerful. I have a very new water bottle that we found that the forest gave to me, as you may recall.
the forest did gift you this water bottle.
It's like
yeah?
a over 1 gallon water bottle
It's
that we
massive.
found in the woods on a day where nobody else was there, and I had been picking up trash the whole way. So the forest gave me the water bottle
It was
in
a gift.
exchange for picking up the trash,
I agree.
which was a 1 glove and 1 McDonald's cup. So I think it was a fair trade. And I looked this up on Amazon. It's like a $20 water bottle.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not like a $100 water bottle. So
Oh man, what would a $100 water bottle look like?
it would just be eternally full of fresh water.
Whoa.
I have grand ideas of what $100 can get you.
Eternal water. The never-ending water stopper.
Yeah. But anyway, my new water bottle is kind of fun because,
So that helps you not go get coffee as much?
yeah, it's clear. And I think, well, why don't I just drink some of my water for the day? Because if I fill it up at the beginning of the day, I can kind of challenge myself to get through the whole water bottle. And so instead of getting coffee, I'll go drink from my massive water bottle, which we're about halfway-ish through the day. And I'm almost halfway to the halfway point.
Very impressive.
I haven't been hitting it as hard today because I spent some time on the highway today, and it's just awkward to be going down the highway with one arm on the steering wheel and the other wrapped around your gigantic 1 gallon water
It's
bottle,
pretty massive.
trying not to merge into Mr. Semi on the right.
This
and
is a two-hand
Gladys
water
on the
bottle.
left.
This is not a one-hand water bottle.
I'm figuring out how to make it a one-hand water bottle.
Oh, you got techniques? Advanced
Yeah,
tech?
it's coming with practice and time. But it's working. And it's clear, so I can see as we go how much what. Plus, I would feel kind of grossed out with an unclear plastic water bottle. I'm convinced it would get scummy in there.
So to stop drinking caffeine, you are just drinking more water. That seems like a good trade-off.
I
like, all in
guess.
all.
I'm probably going to start drinking caffeine again at some point because I just love coffee. And I like that. But to motivate myself, I did go on YouTube and watched a video about how to kick caffeine. And it was just kind of, motivating. It kind of reminded me of watching a little tutorial when you're needing some motivation for drawing.
Oh, yeah.
You go watch somebody else tell you all about it, and that really helps rather than trying to pull intrinsically.
That's very true. I have a tutorial on YouTube that I found that I have not watched yet about practicing drawing from the imagination.
Oh, this is a beautiful
So-
chromatic aberration you're adding, by the way. Beautiful portrait, by the way. Your skin tone's always so lovely. This is clear. This is clean. I love
I'm just
this.
putting the tiniest amount of noise on it at the end, just to try to break it up so it doesn't look quite
Yeah,
as digital.
I love this. I
find
love
that
this. This is so cool. The colors are so pretty together. Soft lighting, soft colors.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm not a massive fan of this one. This one is I will say it started as a sketch and then turned into a little more. So it is what it is.
It's one footstep in the path of your journey.
That's right.
And it's a beautiful footstep. Congratulations, Ben, on this pristine footstep.
And if you want to have some pristine footsteps, click that like and subscribe button and check out our guidebook, How to Easily Draw Every Day, at the link below in the description.
Share your work on Instagram with #Drawbli, because drawing is better when shared with friends.
And this is the part where we say
Goodbye.
Goomba.
A time for another drink of water
Yeah.
from my
Oh my god.
massive
Let me see this thing.
water
How much does this
bottle.
thing weigh?
Like
Dang.
yeah.
How do you drink this with one hand? Let me see the technique.
You wrap your arm around it like a baby.
That looks ridiculous. You look ridiculous.
You should have seen me on the highway. I looked crazy.